The guy finally made it over the top. He finally found a way to win, and one of the weirdest playoffs ever, man. Tommy
Who?
Fleetwood.
Who?
The guy, Tommy
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood. The name I just said.
Who's Tommy Fleetwood?
He is a golfer who was usually always in
Oh,
the chance to be in the winning for it all, but chokes it
it's
away on the final
golf.
day.
Isn't
This is the first
everybody on
year.
the PGA in the winning, like in the running to win it? Now that everybody from the PGA is gone to live, like all the good players.
No, no, not
Only
at
like
all. It's
half
not
of the
even
good
close to that.
ones.
Yeah. There's still
Everybody's
quite a
at
bit of guys.
everybody's at -1.
I don't
Did
even
you
know
watch?
if
Did you
Tybo
watch?
knows
I'm,
what he
Go-
just
Did
said.
Did you
I'm gonna
watch
let him
this
sit in
golf?
that.
Did you watch this golf event yourself, Sean?
I caught a few glimpses and pieces of it, but
Mm-hmm.
he ended up winning with like 19 under.
Mm-hmm.
He never wins on tour. Always gets close. Always chokes it away.
Oh,
He was
19
about to
under.
choke it away this time too, but this is the FedEx Championship. This is the first year that they're doing it differently than any other year, wherever the top guy's not coming in with like a -10 score. Are you not aware of that at all?
Yeah, no, I had a conversation about how the FedEx Cup was set up at work with former member of the show Tommy. I don't like how the FedEx Cup is set up. I think it's dumb.
Are you talking about the previous rules or how
How
it
do
is
you
now?
set golf up differently, bro? What?
So the FedEx Cup, right? Remind me if I'm incorrect here, Sean, or correct me if I'm
So
wrong.
this year
But
either.
like this is the
You're usually
in
wrong.
it's the end of the season competition where you qualify by points and you keep those points throughout the competition, correct?
Essentially,
It's the
but
playoffs.
but
It's the playoffs.
this year they did it differently. Wherever if you had the points, you still competed, but everybody started out at even par. Nobody started out at 10 under, comparatively speaking. So the top guy didn't start out with a better score than
Oh,
everybody
okay.
else.
So they did do that. Initially, how it was explained to me is they just did it based on points, and
So
if you
Scotty
win
Scheffler
or
didn't
how you
start with
place,
-10.
right. So usually you would like start and you would keep your points that you accumulated through the season, which is why um, Rory McIlroy didn't play in the first week of the cup.
Yeah, essentially, it's all about points on the season. You used to be able to get like 10 under to start with, all the way down to even, essentially, for players throughout. Tommy Fleetwood never wins, so in this chance, he would not be good with points if it was the old system. Since it is the first time they did the new system like this, he won, but if it was like at the old system, he would have lost by one stroke. So essentially, he's always meant to lose, but somehow he got away with it this time.
Somehow, you just explained how the
Muted,
rules.
Kyle. Uh-oh.
Golf rules are dumb, anyways. You
Golf
can
rules
tell.
are
You can
dumb.
tell, like someone like of like the I know like the Scottish people created it. Was it Scottish or Irish people that invented golf?
Scottish.
It's okay. So, but from the British Isles, right? You could tell it's somewhat English and like because who calls something a bogey?
English people.
You're a bogey. It doesn't even roll off the tongue well. Like I don't golf
Well,
sucks.
I'm glad they changed those rules, Sean, because that was my biggest gripe is you go in and you're like, God, he's got like 5,000 points and he's 1,000 points ahead of everyone else, and nobody's going to catch
It's
him, and
no
he doesn't
chance.
have to play.
Yeah.
It was dumb. So I'm glad that they rolled
So
it
they're
back to zero because
structuring
that was
golf is
my gripe.
structuring their playoffs differently, and this is the first year, and an underdog won.
Probably the biggest underdog ever won. A guy who's never won before.
Tommy Fleetwood. You know a golf guy that's a fan of Tommy Fleetwood.
Are you saying me personally? Knows a golf
No,
guy?
the listeners.
I I don't
You
think many people are fans of Tommy Fleetwood.
you know a golf guy that's a fan of Tommy Fleetwood. Go tell him that you heard that his name
Shout out.
Tommy Fleetwood
Shout out.
won a golf tournament.
First time ever.
That's his first time ever. Was this year's championship?
First time ever professionally winning a golf tournament. Yeah.
Why is there playoffs the FedEx?
Whoever gives the
They
most
give him
money.
money.
Thank God for
Nope.
the Federal Express.
What would we do without him?
I'm coming for the Federal Express. All right. Randy Marsh.
It's enough about golf. I don't care.
Gosh.
I don't care.
Ibo doesn't care.
I'd rather play it than watch it.
I'd rather neither.
I can't afford either these
make a
days.
conversation about golf interesting, like nobody watches golf.
It's just because you're not good at it, Tybo.
I could be good at it and I could hate
No,
it
you
as
couldn't.
well. So like it's
You
just
couldn't
boring.
be good at
No,
it.
No matter,
you couldn't
no
be good
matter
at it.
how you cut it, bro.
You have no patience for it. Miss 1 2-foot putt. Oh, I would love to be there to see that.
He would launch every single club in his bag into the woods.
He would hit somebody. He would be the one giving. This is the guy you need to bring to the course for fights. That's all he'll do.
Like, you talk 1 ounce of shit to Tybo and he's ready to just go.
Well, I mean, I would if someone because like golf groups are far away, so if it's like another group
Not really.
trying to yell and talk shit, I'd try to run them over. I'd
ever
take
watch-
the golf cart and
You ever watch that video of the guy on the golf course? He was taking other people's balls and they come up and they confronted him about it. He starts yelling at him like, you want to meet God? Well, come over here and meet him, bitch. And he rips his shirt off and he's trying to fight like a foursome.
By himself.
I think
By
you
himself,
have the
that's-
phrase you have the phrase completely wrong, but I do know what video you're talking about. Oddly enough.
Nothing's as good as that former hockey player beating the crap out of that guy like a month ago, though.
Yelling
the
boom
lake.
every time he punches him.
He's
I
like,
don't
go
know if I've
home.
seen that. That's a recent one.
Yeah, that was like a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah. This dude kept talking trash to the wrong guys, like a former enforcer in the NHL. Dude he threw him into a pond and the guy got back up soaking wet and still just got beat.
Ibo misses a 2-foot putt and somebody goes, "Hey, nice putt." And he's immediately just turning around.
Happy
Hey.
Gilmore style. Nice putt.
With the way people can fling a golf club, it probably wouldn't be a smart thing to talk shit.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, it has been a while since we have had friend of the show Kyle on. If you're an audio listener, he was supposed to come on last year, couldn't get him on. He's back on this year to give us some insight on the Broncos that nobody really cares about. We've definitely hit the hair follicle limit on this show. As he is now bald, I'm bald. Sean is losing his hair.
He's wearing a hat. You had to call him out.
Yeah, I had to go
I had
for
to
it,
call him
man.
out.
Yeah.
I had to.
People didn't know. They haven't heard from me in years.
I saw
They
it
can
on.
tell
I
by
saw
your
a
voice
picture on
if you're
Facebook.
bald or not. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I gave it up about a year ago.
I saw a
So-
picture on Facebook. I had to let him know.
The hairline was just bad enough that you decided to go, or you
Yeah, I've been
wanted
holding on to it for a while, and I didn't really care. My wife was like, I'm not ready for you to be bald yet. And then one
Was
day
it
I was like, I got to
cul-de-sac?
do it. I got to do it. She was like, okay. And she didn't hate it. So,
Was it cul-de-sacing?
yeah, I was starting to get the cul-de-sac for sure. It was like going up in the front and then the back. I mean, I'd
That's
had a
pretty
bald
tight,
spot
though.
for
That's
years,
pretty
but
tight.
pretty awesome. You wouldn't know anything about that.
I wouldn't.
I'm bringing that hairstyle back, actually. So,
The Paul Feinbaum. You're gonna do it.
oh, yeah.
Fine,
It's already
Bob.
started, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
The George Costanza.
You're not bending down far enough, Sean.
Yeah, I don't want to bend down that far.
I just didn't want to end up like what Tibbs there in the NBA, where he's got like the one little tuft of hair. He's still combing over.
You
his
mean
whole
you mean
forehead.
Tibbs doesn't have any hair on his head?
Let it go. Yeah, you couldn't tell, right? He's really good at combing.
That comb over worked really well for him.
Well, I think the Phil Collins was iconic. Didn't he have just like a little patch right here?
Yeah,
that
yeah, he
worked
kept the
with?
tuft for a while. He's like, I'm not letting this go, man.
This is my hair.
Iconic.
Fucks with it.
Well, with what we've got one full week. We've got this week left, and then we're right into the NFL season. It kicks off Thursday, September the 4th. We've got what the Eagles. I don't remember who the Eagles are playing.
Chiefs are opening up, right? Didn't y'all win the Super Bowl?
We've got the Friday
that's
game.
right.
We've got the Friday in Brazil game.
Oh, that's right. Y'all didn't win the Super Bowl finally. That's right. It's happened at this point.
Keyword there was finally.
Man, it sucks to be in our division, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, man. I thought 4 years of Peyton was enough to piss y'all off, and then I got my worst nightmare. Decade plus of Mahomes already, man. Tyler knows that first time I ever saw Mahomes play, and I was like, overrated. It's the biggest curse of my life. Stupidest thing I've ever said in my life.
Took that back real quick. Karma's a bitch. Well, at least you guys didn't do so bad for as long as the least exciting team coming out of the AFC West, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Raiders.
Wherever they are. They are a poverty franchise, have been for all of our lifetimes. And it doesn't seem like that's going to change at all. They just lost their starting quarterback, their former starting quarterback. Geno is their new starting quarterback, brought in under Pete Carroll's regime, but they lost last year's starting quarterback, who would be their backup, to a fractured wrist. I think he's out for the next 4 to 6 weeks due to an injury in the preseason. But they've got a little bit going for them. They brought in Ashton Genty. They did bring back today free agent Amari Cooper is back. Jacoby Myers is now requested a trade now that Amari Cooper is back. That happened within a couple hours of Amari Cooper being signed. Defensively, they lost some guys, and old Bob Spillane, Marcus Epps, a big piece of their defense, linebacker Divine Diablo, lost him, so that's a big loss on their side. But I don't really see much changing from what we've seen over the last couple years out of Las Vegas.
Yeah, be enough to win a couple more games probably.
I feel like they're going to look a little bit more competent under Pete Carroll, at least. They're still going to lose, but they're going to not lose as bad.
Yeah. I was excited if the Raiders were going to get a competent coach. I'm like, well, at least he's 80 years old. Like, that's not going to last, like, how long is that going to last? So
he's got a 2-year contract?
Right.
Well, of anybody's chance to perform and succeed on the Raiders offense, I think Brock Bowers is a lock out of them all. I still think Ashton Genty is going to have some issues with running behind the Raiders offensive line, but any quarterback is going to be able to get it to a tight end the caliber of Brock Bowers. So if Jacoby Myers isn't happy with Amari Cooper coming in, which doesn't make any sense in my mind, and he wants out and he doesn't want to play wholeheartedly for the Raiders, whatever, you might not have production out of one standout in their wide receiver room, but Brock Bowers is still going to have a hell of a year.
Yeah. Yeah, that offense.
The Raiders are going to they're not just going to be able to run the ball with Ashton Genty and come back in games, try to come back in games. They're going to be down a lot. They don't have anybody on defense.
Genty's not going to do much. Yeah.
They're going to have constantly trying to throw.
And
they tried that.
Geno's going to be able to throw it to Brock, of all people.
They tried that in the past.
If Geno goes down and they have to have a no-name quarterback,
AOC,
that.
That's who got hurt. He's out for 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So, Geno can last 4 to 6 weeks before he gets hurt.
Freak thing
behind that offensive line.
Back in.
Anybody?
I don't know.
Brock Bowers.
The Raiders' offensive line isn't good, but it's also not as bad as what he dealt with in Seattle. That was by far and away one of the worst offensive lines I've ever seen. I think you're right there, Sean. He'll last probably the full season. He did in Seattle behind that offensive line, and they've tried only running the ball with a fantastic running back who they ended up not re-signing anyways. So you're 100% right but defense is going to give up 80 points a game.
Genty looked pretty good in the preseason, but the offensive line did not. The offensive line was subpar. Their ones were subpar.
Well, they proved that last year, at least in the running game. They had a decent pass protection last year, but they proved last year they did not know how to be able to run the ball effectively behind that offensive line. They made 0 changes to that portion of their offense as well this offseason.
They're just gearing up for next year, honestly, man. That's all. That's all the Raiders can do
Yeah.
right now.
Aren't they always doing that, gearing up for next
Right.
year?
It's been a lot of that for about 2 decades.
They had one shot behind Gruden, and that was it.
Yeah.
Is there anything that's exciting about this Raiders team? I mean, Ashton Genty alone brings some excitement, but realistic. I mean, Pete Carroll, I would think, would bring some excitement, but I don't think they've got enough on that roster to really believe that they could win more than 4 games this year.
Jack
Yeah.
Beck is a very exciting piece. I feel like he can either have a Lad McConkey year or end up being kind of like Hunter Renfrow and just be out of the league in 2 years, 2 or 3 years. It's very interesting to see what can happen with him.
Dude.
Yeah.
He was gone though.
He's back.
He had to be gone first before he could be back.
Yeah,
Back like he never left.
But he did.
Yeah, there's not much going on with the Raiders. I would say their best chance is just to kind of play spoiler for the rest of the division, which they basically been doing for a while anyways, but with the other 3 teams, that's
Spoiler,
their
but
best,
not win too many games because you want a good draft pick.
Yeah. Yeah, the Raiders are good at screwing that up though.
They got Genty on a contract for 4 to 5 years. Like now is going to come a quarterback soon. Like they need to draft like Geno's a bridge quarterback. That's kind of essentially what he's
a stopgap
playing now at this point in his career.
He's got to be 36 now, 35.
Probably 35, somewhere in there.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
But this is all essentially just tanking for Arch, is it not?
Yeah.
Well, we would say that, but there's also reason to believe that Arch is not going to be in the 2026 draft.
There's also reason to believe that he very well could be. Just because Archie says he's not going to be, who gives a shit what Archie says?
And how can you outlose to the Saints as well? I don't know if anybody's taking that top pick from the Saints this year.
They're going to have to do it 2 years in a row.
The season ends out at.
Yeah.
Geno's 34, by the way.
34. Okay, not as bad.
Who would you trade on this Chiefs team to acquire Max Crosby?
Ooh, okay. Good question.
On the team, are you counting picks as well too?
It would have to be picks.
So is there like 1 or 2 players that you think we could just like swap for Max Crosby? Not like that realistically, but like is there 1 or 2 guys that like could even equal his caliber that you would be okay giving up to have Max Crosby? And then we can actually talk about like what it would take to acquire Max Crosby, but I don't
think I'll give you a realistic for what it would take because they need help on the offensive line. I think you could easily throw in Jalen Moore, the newly acquired right tackle. I think that could be acceptable. You would also need to provide or Juwan, whatever, either or, right? So that would cover
player of similar value that I would give up on the defense to have Max Crosby on our defense. I would go Nick Bolton.
But see, it's going to have. Here's where I was going though. It's going to have to be a package. There's no 1-to-1.
Nick Bolton in their linebacking core for sure. I think they would take Nick Bolton and something else, but
might have to be in division be a nice draft pick added in with that.
Yeah. I was going to say it's going to have to be a package, and you could go either Juwan Taylor or Jalen Moore, and then you would also probably have to provide either one of Nick Bolton or Brent McDuffie, and then you'd also have to throw a pick onto it depending on who it is. If you go Juwan Taylor, Nick Bolton, I think they bite at that. I think they could bite at that. You would probably, with Nick Bolton, have to add in at minimum a first-round pick.
Yeah.
And that would be in the 30s. So I think that would be acceptable.
But NFL GMs don't really trade players. Like they don't swap players like that anymore.
Yeah. Especially in division, like I say.
The Dolphins and the Steelers just swapped a couple players, but
all about them picks, man.
It's not that. Yeah, it's not that common.
And
you
it's
don't
not
get
like the
any more.
Raiders will ever trade in division. Like we know that was Al Davis's big thing, and Mark Davis hasn't done it since he's taken over. Raiders don't trade in division.
Yeah. Well, just player for player, like y'all said.
There's been plenty of players that have played for both teams, so like who cares? Traditions are made by stupid old men.
I guess the Chiefs and Broncos have been trading crappy running backs for the last like decade, back and forth. Samaje, Jamal Charles, like his corpse played for the Broncos, I think, for a week or two.
Spencer Ware, I believe.
Yeah. Wow. Spencer Ware. Even our freaking fullback, Michael. Well, not anymore because he got hurt for a week. Burton, he's gone now.
Yeah. Well,
You were out for 2 weeks in training camp as a fullback. You're out.
You want Carson Steele?
You'll get him in about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give it time.
Tradition alive. Take
That's a Sean Payton
Steele.
man right there for sure. So just give it time.
Did Peyton Hillis play for both of our teams late in his career?
I think he ended up playing for the Chiefs too. Yeah, at the end.
Well, yeah, Peyton Hillis did
Denver.
play for the Chiefs. Yes.
Yep. Yeah,
forgot
started
he
in
went to
Denver.
Denver.
He started there with Shanahan, and then McDaniels came in and got rid of him. Yeah, sent him to Cleveland, where he got in the Madden cover, had that like 1,000-yard
One-
season.
one season.
He was in Denver before Cleveland.
Yeah, we drafted him actually. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he was
Mind
our
blown.
fullback, and he started by default one year because we lost like 4 running backs. So we were like, he was the only healthy player we had that could run the ball.
Is
It's like
that
2008.
Is that not what a group of guys does best?
not?
It's just like
Talk about some old dudes.
name sports guys and random facts about the sports guys.
Especially,
Denver drafted Peyton Hillis before the Madden cover. How long
Yeah.
was he in Denver?
it was probably 2-3 years because I think that year that he ended up playing for us was 2008. We probably drafted him maybe 07. And then, yeah, he was gone within a year when
There's
McDaniels
no
got
shot
there.
it was a full rookie contract. It was.
Yeah, I think they traded him on his rookie contract for sure. That's probably where he's with Cleveland, and then had that one good year, and then
Well,
That's
he
it.
got a pretty good bag there in Cleveland before
Yeah.
they sent him away too.
Cleveland.
Gotta love Cleveland. Well, I've got the
Kenny
Raiders.
Chesney said the word Cleveland in a song one time. He went back to Cleveland,
He really? Wow.
making my way back to Cleveland. Kenny
Back
Chesney.
to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Sounds horrible. I've got the Raiders fourth place in the divs.
I think we
No
can
more
all
than
agree
4
on that.
wins.
Easy choice.
We may not agree on a lot, but the Raiders is one easy
And
one.
that's honestly in their best interest.
Time
Yeah.
out, call
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Time out, call it.
No.
we
For Tommy.
we're not doing that again.
For Tommy. Team Ride. Okay. Won't
All
do
right.
that one again.
Well, the
That's
second
gonna be
least
Tommy.
exciting team out of this division is coming from Los Angeles. Their star running back that they brought in free agency is potentially going to miss some time. Who knows? He is definitely missing an eye. And Najee
They run
Harris.
the I formation.
He had a J.
I was reading the chat when you made that joke, but that
took
was
you
a
a
good
minute.
joke.
I stole it from another podcast. I can't even lie.
Ah, damn.
Oh
We
man.
always
I was
have the
hoping- I
same
was hoping it would
material.
land, though. I'm
Okay,
glad.
That's okay.
They had quite a few on there. I can't recall them right now.
He pulled a JPP, didn't lose a finger, but possibly lost an eye. We'll have to see what happens with Najee. They do have
It's
a
still
solid.
possibly. We don't know if he's lost an eye or not.
Yeah, nobody's confirmed. He just walks around with an eye patch, screaming
Yeah, it's
R
been covered,
at
right?
training
Yeah.
camp.
Yeah.
We have no idea what is going on.
But he
for him.
does have an eye patch.
He did. He
Are
did
there
have an eye
pictures
patch.
of him with an eye patch that I can go look up?
I mean,
Why don't you just search
I
it?
bet the
Why don't you
socials
just
for the
try?
Chargers. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty.
You lose your fingers and capabilities to Google search.
I don't know, dude. I haven't seen much lately.
Have you been looking for Najee Harris with an eye patch though? So
The algorithm does its own thing.
It's like teaching my parents how to use their phone sometime. I'm just like,
I don't use my phone.
Like, have you actively searched it?
No.
this guy doesn't know what an HDMI cable is.
I don't think Najee Harris is that good of a running back, so I don't care.
Yeah, it's not like they brought in a stud and they're going to lose out on it. It's Omari and Hampton. It's the real, you know.
This
Oh,
isn't
yeah,
Joe,
he's gonna
this
be the real
isn't
running
Joe
back there.
Delaney losing his retina. You know.
All right, the Chargers.
What else is exciting about the
Amari
Chargers?
on Hampton. He is going to come in and be their number one back, if not week one at some point in this season. He's definitely going to overtake Najee. Najee had a good couple of seasons in Pittsburgh, but nothing really
Being defined
memorable.
loosely.
I mean, maybe that's a Pittsburgh thing. Maybe it's a Najee thing. We'll find out soon. But overall, nothing too exciting. They brought back Keenan Williams. They brought back Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Both Mike Williams, I think, is already out for the season.
That's so strange, but I think Keenan Allen coming back of all guys is very. I mean, it really piques my interest. It makes me want to like spend a late round flyer on Keenan Allen in fantasy football. You know, like
no, this is literally just Julio Jones to the Titans, essentially. This is where Keenan Allen
just going back
career.
This is.
I don't know, man.
Julio
Keenan Allen
Jones
wasn't
started his
awful on the
career
Bears.
He wasn't good on the Bears. He barely
Still had like. That's what I thought too. He still had like 600 yards or something. I think. I mean, I might just be talking on my butt on that, but I think he still had a decent year. Because I thought the same thing, and then I was looking up stats, and I was like, "Hey, he wasn't." I mean, especially with Caleb Williams, like how bad the Bears were. I could be totally wrong.
The Bears were bad, but Caleb had a okay year for what he went.
He did. He did have 744 yards on 70 receptions.
Yeah, you're like, what? So I mean, with Justin Herbert throwing on the ball. You could have one or two more years. Receivers age like, just like you say, like Julio.
He was targeted 121 times.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I mean, along with bringing in a fun new running back in the draft, I think adding to their offensive line with Mekhi Becton is huge for the Chargers. Like,
well, do they add or do they lose with that?
Then they lost Slater
being hurt.
Right? Yeah.
Well, you just moved Joe Alt from right tackle to starting left tackle. That was his original position in college.
Yeah.
They had a serviceable right tackle, and really, you can put whoever, like left tackle is where it matters the most. So they're covered there. Put in a post at right tackle. Justin Herbert is athletic enough to make something work in that area. Use a running back chip.
I guess I forgot that Rashawn Slater went down. Did that happen in practice or
it was like first week of training camp,
OTAs, yeah.
Man,
right after he signed his contract.
That's right.
Right after. He got a bag and then decided he didn't want to play for it anymore. So
good for him, bad for the Chargers, yeah.
We don't care.
Yeah, good for us, I guess. Good for all of us.
I don't think them losing Joey Bosa really hurts their defense. I mean, obviously he's a piece, but he missed so many games after his rookie season that he never really helped out at all. Yeah. He's already injured in Buffalo. I think that probably makes their defense a little bit better because you're not relying on this guy to be healthy and make plays. You just know that he's not going to be there. Everybody else kind of has to step up.
Is Khalil Mack still playing?
I think so. Actually, right.
Yes, they just re-signed him to a contract too.
So yeah, like there's like a bunch of no names rushing the passer after him out on the Chargers because who
basically
plays on the D line, dude.
Well, and
James can't play all 11 positions on the Chargers defense, bro.
It is kind of shocking the John Harbaugh team doesn't have better line.
I think this team may go a little bit under the radar. You know, they lost a lot. They've brought in some veterans who aren't going to be playing. We'll see what Keenan Allen can do. But I think they're going a little bit under the radar given some of the talent or some of the guys that have been playing well in the preseason. Wide receiver Trey Harris and Keandre Lambert-Smith, a couple of guys who've done pretty well during OTAs and preseason camp and then in the preseason games. I think it'll be rocky to get through. Some chemistry will need to be worked with, but I think they at least have some talent that could help them break out maybe towards the end of the season.
I'm
I
just
think
forward there that you said that they were going to be under the radar because they were also picked as Super Bowl champions again for another preseason in a row.
Does that come
okay,
This is
from
like
Good
it's
Morning
not.
NFL?
it doesn't matter. It's like 7 years in a row that
This
people are
one
picking
of all
them.
years just kind of seems like rage bait. I wouldn't pay too much attention to it because like they're off at best. Their offense seems like fun. Okay, I would feel way more confident about their offense if Rashawn Slater didn't go down. I would feel probably like
Yeah.
a whole tier. Like
But they're
there's fun,
seven-time
and then there's impressive. Like they're fun. Justin
they're
Herbert's
seven-time defending AFC West preseason champions.
Well, Justin Herbert, man, I mean, it's the same thing. And like everyone talks like he's been a top 5 quarterback from the minute he took a snap, and I'm like, he's good, but can you remember like one amazing Justin Herbert moment? He's almost like Kirk Cousins to me.
It's
I'm
a
like,
lot of losses, dude.
Yeah.
It's a lot of yeah.
like, yeah, that really awesome play. Like that Thursday night game against you guys was that few years ago. I was like, yeah, he was awesome, still lost. Like I don't know.
I remember going to that game with
losing to
Tybo.
the Raiders to like not make the playoffs, and then the big comeback wins that they've given up in the playoffs. Like,
Yeah.
28 nothing to the Jags.
Yeah.
It's just nutty.
Like, and when's Herbert going to get that, the playoff? Everybody, like every other quarterback that's not Mahomes that can't win in the playoffs, they talk smack on Josh Allen. And I'm like,
At least they have a coach. Like that's the one thing that they missed for a long time. They had Staley and then whoever else was before him, and none of those guys clearly worked. We can say that John Harbaugh is at least a good coach, right? Like
that's the only reason
to
I'm
get
still
them into
scared of the
position.
Chargers, really.
I mean, at least
Harbaugh.
early on in Brandon Staley's tenure, I feel like it felt like the players were like bought in. Like I felt like he had the team, but his decision making was clearly the Achilles heel of their best teams. Like they had good players, they had decent records. He made the playoffs, but like his decision making, going for it on almost every freaking fourth down possible, bites them in the ass.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about the Chargers right now, though, is Justin Herbert is the most locked in person right before a game starts after Coach Harbaugh just smacks him on the shoulders consistently over and over again.
I want that. I would like
he did.
That.
Right?
He did that in preseason with their backup quarterback too.
That's kind of cute.
Did he kill it?
No.
Oh.
Who is their backup right now?
Because tell you.
They had that old dude for a while. Oh, man. Yeah. Because Herbert's like, he went down. Was that a couple years
ago? He's going to go down for a few games at least every year.
They did it for Trey Lance They did it for Trey Lance.
Ooh, they got a quarterback battle on their hands.
What's his name?
The old green lizard. The green lizard. I think it's a step back year for the Chargers. Again, I think they have some talent, very young there. Need to work through. Herbert. They did re-sign him to a big extension, yes?
Yeah, he got paid a couple years ago.
Yeah, so he's not leaving anytime soon. I agree with you, Kyle. Like there's nothing that sticks out in terms of like getting a big win. There's a lot of standouts where he pissed down his leg.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a game-ending pick six, going up 28-0 in the playoffs and then losing to a horrible Jacksonville Jaguars team. And he's got a lot of those moments. I don't think this year turns it around, but I think they have the talent to surround him and maybe next year. It's definitely rebuilding. They take third, probably. I'll take the under on 7.5 wins.
I was thinking exactly at 7.
I'd go a little over just with Harbaugh. Like I could see him getting 8 or 9 out of them just because it's Harbaugh. They'll find a way. I have to look at some of their opponents too, but
2 easy
their
wins
toughest
against the Raiders,
games.
So.
Yeah, they've got the Raiders, but they've got 4 tough games home and away against the Chiefs and the Broncos. They're outside the division. They have their toughest games are home against the Commies, away in Philly, and away in Houston.
Yeah.
So it's not like they've got an extremely tough schedule, but they do have a couple tough games in there.
Yeah. We all get the beast this year, the NFC beast, so that'll be fun.
I still have the Chargers going third too.
Ty Bob calls them literally the exact opposite. He calls them the NFC least.
NFC least. That's what they used to be, man. Till like
Still are.
literally last year.
Ty Bob doesn't know ball.
1 year doesn't change anything.
So look, I honestly, like, tough schedule aside, I do think they could threaten to make the playoffs. And here's how, like, and I knew of this and I'm just remembering it on the show because you guys brought it up. But this is how impactful I feel like losing a guy like Rashawn Slater is. With Rashawn Slater, I feel like they're a lock to make the playoffs. Like, they should be right back where they were last year, possibly winning a playoff game if the offense gels and nobody gets hurt or everybody's healthy at playoff time. You know what I'm saying? But you have to shuffle, like, you have a solid guy to fill that spot. It's Joe, right? I was about to say John. Joe.
Yeah.
John Alton is a former player. Is he
That's
related?
his dad.
It's his
Okay.
dad.
Figuring things out on the pod is crazy. I really need to do my homework. I've been thinking too much about corn. But yeah, with Rashawn Slater and not having to jumble up the offensive line, you got to think like, man, the Chargers should be a lock to make the playoffs again this year.
Man,
And they still can. I still feel like they would threaten. They would threaten to make the playoffs.
Listen, stop getting deceived by preseason Chargers. This happens to everybody.
I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl.
You're saying they could make the playoffs.
Yes.
It's preseason Chargers again, man.
They made the playoffs last year, and the team, like,
Barely.
They were the 5th seed. Did we not just go over this?
We did.
It was jumbled. It was jumbled at that end.
It was weird.
It's all close together.
It's weird. Because you win one game against what we'll call the second most exciting team out of this division.
I do want to have a conversation about that because honestly, what makes us more exciting about the Broncos with all the players that the Broncos brought in, especially on defense this year?
Many things. We'll get there.
Patrick
things.
Mahomes
We'll get to the Chiefs.
All the Super Bowls. That's why everybody gets all excited.
I mean, but we've known about that. We can't.
You're telling me the Broncos are the number one most
Especially
exciting team out of the
tired
AFC
of
West?
us, like, being the best.
If you talk to all the national people, they're talking about us too much, man. Yeah, that's what everyone else thinks right now.
That's me recognizing that I do believe that the Broncos would be quote unquote the more exciting team coming into this season.
It's not a slide at the Broncos.
We already know we're going to beat them. We already know we're going to be better and finish higher than the Broncos, but they're more exciting, dude.
Hey, man,
look all the
don't forget that
players they brought in
shutout. I don't care who was the quarterback. Don't forget last time we played, homies. Shut out.
Okay.
Well,
and should have won the one Arrowhead.
Where did you finish?
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
The biggest shoulda, woulda, coulda on that one.
Did you
finish third in the division? Yeah.
Did you guys make it to the Super Bowl? I don't remember much from the Chiefs on that end.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
I did.
We made it. We made it.
We were there.
Took a vacation during the game.
Some people say we weren't. I think that's the inference. I think that's the,
They were there physically in body, but not in spirit.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody's hoping. I mean, we've been hoping for the last few years that somebody could unseat the Chiefs in the AFC West, but I think the whole national narrative turning against the Chiefs is thinking their luck ran out because especially with that 15 and 2 last year, everyone thinks that y'all used up all that magic, but I don't believe that. I'm sick of hearing about it.
Even with, well, I mean this would be the only thing that counters the guys that the Broncos brought in as far as the Chiefs being more exciting. Even with Rashee Rice's suspension, you're still more than likely going to get him, Hollywood Brown, and Xavier Worthy on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
you can get two of them healthy too most of the season. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Well, this isn't a slight at the Broncos. I still find them very exciting. I think it's like a 1A, 1B, but you have to rank them. So, what the Broncos have
Give some
done.
love to the guest, man. We can talk about the Broncos last.
That's all right. Fine.
Did we give where we think we think the Chargers are going to finish third? Yeah.
I said third, yes.
We
Yes.
could.
Yeah,
We,
say
AFC
it,
West
Tybo.
could send three
Say it,
teams.
Tybo.
Huh?
Say it.
Say what? No, I'm not going to.
Well, Tybo wants to give love to Kyle over here, so we'll go on to the real most exciting, but the second most exciting for this show team, former Super Bowl champs, not current, the Kansas City Chiefs, who have made huge pickups in the draft, not really in free agency. We've got a new starting left tackle in Josh Simmons out of Ohio State. I'm very excited. You guys know my thoughts on Omar Norman-Lott, defensive tackle out of Tennessee. We've got some lesser known guys on here, wide receiver out of Utah, Jalen Royals, Noel Williams, corner, Jeffrey Bassa, linebacker out of Oregon. Defensive end, who I thought we picked up way too high in the draft, but has proven to be looking pretty good in preseason, Ashton Gelati.
You thought we
There's
picked
a
him up
lot
way
of-
too high?
I thought we picked him up real early.
There was like 3 teams that were going to trade up to get him right behind us.
I still thought we went early on him. I felt that there was other positions that we could have taken. Not that defensive end wasn't one of the higher priorities, but I felt like there were other players that we needed at positions at that pick.
I don't know, man. I think he's cream of the crop. I think he's going to be really good. The way he's been coming out in preseason, it's been exciting to see. But the main guy, the real amazing guy right here is Josh Simmons. He's looked fantastic in preseason. He's going to be the cornerstone for the future. I've been watching a lot of highlights of just him and what he's been doing for the pass protection, and this has been amazing. This is what makes them the most exciting team in the AFC West to me. We're getting back to 2018 Patrick Mahomes when he had a full
Deep ball's
line to
back,
help
baby.
him out.
Deep ball's back. We saw it already. Tyquan Thornton out there getting the deep ball in the final preseason game. It's amazing what Patrick Mahomes can do with literally any receiver on the field as long as he has a little bit of protection.
Look what happens. Look how good he is now.
How the injury is the whole reason that he falls to us that late in the first round. Because otherwise, do we think he's like a top 10?
He's a top 5 pick if he's a top 5 pick if the injury doesn't happen.
So where's our worry on re-injury? Like what did he do to the knee? Like what?
It was a patellar tendon tear in the playoffs. I believe it was the quarterfinal game against Oregon.
I thought it was before that.
Maybe it was the first round. It was very early in the playoffs where he tore his patellar tendon. It went down, I think, midway through the game, either right before or right after half. Missed playing against some really good competition for everybody to kind of get eyes on. The thought process was this year was going to be an injury season. He was not going to play. That's why we brought in.
Sean.
You thought he got hurt?
I thought it was the quarterfinal playoff. Was it in the season?
Yeah, it was October 12th. It was against Oregon. You're not wrong there.
Oh, okay. I thought it was in the playoffs against Oregon. Apologies.
Because I was going to say, if it was in the playoffs, there's no way he's playing right now.
Yeah, well, that was the initial thought, is this year would be an injury year, and that's why we brought in Jalen Moore to be the starting left tackle in case Josh Simmons wasn't going to be ready, in which case we've proven that he is, and so we're trying to get Jalen Moore potentially go out to the right side, whether it's a start at some point this year or sit behind Juwan Taylor and start next season. But we thought this would be the injury season. Turns out that the knee is healed perfectly. He's gone through all of OTAs without missing a beat. He's gone through every preseason game without missing a beat. There is currently no thought of potential re-injury throughout the season with Josh Simmons.
Yeah. All I can tell you as a Broncos fan is when he fell to y'all, I felt exactly like I did when Xavier Worthy fell to you the year before. I was like, awesome. Of course. Bottom of the first round, still going to get an awesome player. Love it.
Still finding value, dude.
Yeah,
We
love it.
draft like crazy, dude. Still
Freaking
finding
it's
value.
obnoxious. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I something going into the off season that I know we talked about on the show that was kind of a concern for us that we needed to fix, shape up, whatever, was like the depth on the D line. Okay, we lost some pieces. We lost a lot of key depth pieces. We kept our main pass rushers, Karlaftis, Chris Jones, Charles Omenihu. But
FAU.
Either isn't he still on the team?
Yeah,
he is, but he's done
him
for the season.
Oh yeah. Well, either way, we're not really worried about our depth right now. Ty Bob talked about
not anymore.
Gelati and Omar Norman.
Gelati at defensive end, Omar Norman Lott at defensive tackle. We just traded for Derek Nottie as well.
That's what I was gonna say, man. I was like, we feel really good now that we just brought back Derek Nottie. You know, like the depth in the D line actually seems good.
Rotation.
We feel good about it. Not even. This is 180. We're not concerned. We feel good.
You forgot about Mike Dana too.
Moving away from the defensive line a little bit, another guy who looks like an absolute freak, probably going to end up taking Drew Tranquil's spot eventually, but Jeffrey Bassa.
Where's he from?
Oh my gosh, Oregon.
He's been flying around.
He was a late pickup.
Preseason.
That guy is so fast. He injured himself in the second preseason game. He picked up an injury. He literally hit the hole and blew up the running back so hard he injured himself. That guy has like 4.5 speed as a linebacker, inside / weak side linebacker. He can cover very well. He can fill a gap whenever it's needed. He's very strong. That's a guy who's going to end up
great instincts.
All right, so we have a guy like that, and we have Drew Tranquil. So why not fully unleash Leo Chenal on the quarterback?
I want it. Put him at defensive end.
Slide Omenihu to a 3-tech real quick, or a 4 shade or something, and make him one-on-one. Make Leo one-on-one with the tackle on the outside.
I don't know if you watched very many preseason games, Tybo. Not very many people do. I watched a little bit. They were doing that. Charles Omenihu has been playing the 3-tech right next to
is
Jones.
Spags going to fully unleash Leo Chenal?
But Chenal has not been. That's the one downside. We've been putting Omenihu inside right next to Chris. But Chenal has not been coming down. I really want to see it. I think that would be bad news bears for Bo Nix and co.
That'd be Leo.
A white guy with death row written on his arm, screaming down the
we got Max Crosby.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix already screamed at Max Crosby last year. He's got no fear.
I feel
tatted white dude.
If Leo's only job was to go get the quarterback,
that is scarier actually.
Like if we not only job, because I understand like the edge on the D line has other responsibilities, but like if we stuck him on the edge instead of being a linebacker, like I feel like Leo would break the sack record, dude. Like he'd be 25 sacks, no problem.
Tell me, we'd have 2 white defensive ends. That's scary. That's scary.
Okay. What are they doing?
What's the trick here? And Chris Jones on the inside, like that's a scary D line back.
Leo, that cornbread boy right there. Grew up on corn.
Wisconsin.
Cone.
Hint.
I'm very excited for our defense this year. It's been getting better year after year after year. I was kind of disheartened when Justin Reid was, let go into free agency. But we have
the way we cycle through defensive backs. We bring them in, they go out, they get a few years of service. If they're really good, they'll 4 or 5 years of service, but we never hang on to them for too long.
Brian Cook's in a contract year for him, so expect him to go off. DBs, like I said, we picked up Noel Williams. And so that's changing around the
I'm
DBs a
iffy
little
on
bit.
him. I don't know if I was big on him
We'll
watching
see.
this preseason.
We'll see. He was a nice little fourth round pickup, I believe. But we always get value out of those mid to late round corners. So we'll see how he does. And then we also picked up Christian Fulton at corner. So that's another
Which
huge pickup.
in the preseason games I did watch, I didn't hear his name mentioned too much. So like,
Oh, I did.
Okay.
I heard it. I heard it quite a bit. He especially he played the most snaps in the third preseason game, and his name was getting called quite a bit.
Hmm.
A lot of PBUs.
Damn, dude, you look at our roster and you look at a roster like Las Vegas, and it's like we really do understand there's poverty franchises in the NFL.
What are they even doing over here?
Right?
There are
How
the
did you get this
haves,
much bad talent?
there are the haves, and there are the have-nots.
I've seen it full on the last few years because that was the Broncos roster about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I think our biggest test is still going to be the offensive line, of no doubt, and that's mainly coming at the left guard position. Losing Tooney is a huge hit. Kingsley has been playing okay there. He actually has had our highest uh, pass blocking grade in all three preseason games. He's also had the NFL's lowest run blocking grade, which
That's
again,
so
I'm
interesting.
not great on PFF and their ranking system, but take that for what you will. It's
Andy
been
doesn't run the ball.
that's fair. That's
You got
also
Patrick
fair.
Mahomes. Why do you need to run the ball?
Andy also runs the ball in a way where like, well, actually, I take it back because when having Joe Tooney, he would definitely target like things that involved guard focus. Like you need to have a good his front three for so many years has been just dynamite. So he can do whatever he wants in the run game, dude. But yeah, I feel like Andy has ran so many different styles of run blocking schemes that like if there's a weakness on there run blocking wise, he knows how to mitigate it. We're still gonna have an effective run blocking or run game. Run blocking game? Run game.
There you go.
Well, and
They kept
that's
Kareem
going
Hunt
to
around,
go.
right? With
Yes, Kareem
Pacheco.
Hunt is. Yeah, so we got Pacheco, Kareem Hunt. We have Elijah Mitchell. We have the rookie out of SMU, seventh round, Brashard Smith.
There you go.
And then we do have soon to be Broncos fullback / running back Carson Steele.
Yeah, there's no way Carson Steele like stays on the roster, right?
He's not going to be on the roster. There have been rumors about the Chiefs being open to trading for running back, which makes me believe if that is true, it makes me believe that we are looking to cut not only Carson Steele but also Elijah Mitchell.
Broncos just cut Audrey Estime. He's there for you. 21 years old.
I think the running back room is fine how it is. Like I'm comfortable going into the season with Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt, especially with the way Isaiah Pacheco has looked in preseason.
Oh, he's
Jacob's
looked
a
very
psychopath.
good. He's looked very good. Contract year for him too.
We don't keep him.
I don't think we keep him, but hey, he could get a bag elsewhere.
Could.
Contract year.
Good for him.
Interview for 31 other teams.
Yeah, I'm sure like the Panthers or something will pay him a bunch of money.
Probably.
Going along with that, the offensive line, given that Kingsley has not looked the greatest in pass blocking, we do have a really tough year in terms of schedule for the offensive line. We always
It'll be
have
fine.
a tough schedule, but in terms of the defensive lines that we have to go up against, we've got home and away Broncos, home Eagles, home Ravens, home Lions, home Commies, away Bills, and home Texans. The final three there, I'm not too worried about, but the Broncos, the Eagles, the Ravens, and Lions have some of the best defensive lines in the entire NFL. That is really going to test how good we are as a unit with a rookie left tackle and a guy who couldn't play last year at left tackle.
Go ahead, Sean.
The best thing is we're not having 3 games in 10 days this year. So that will help out a lot at the end of the season.
Love that. We get quite a bit of rest this year compared to last year.
I'm happy about that. 3 of our 4 toughest games are at home with the Eagles, Ravens, and Lions. Don't be surprised if this is another year where Mahomes or the team is better on the road than they are at home. We could very easily lose 1, if not all 3 of those games. But we only win 12 games instead of 15 this year. Like we're still gonna be like we're still gonna be vying for a first round bye in the playoffs.
Chiefs finish
what
first.
Wins?
Easy.
I don't know if we vie for a first round bye.
AFC's tough. Who's winning 15 games in the AFC this year?
Bills.
They play in the AFC.
They're in a horrible division. It's not like the Ravens play in a tough division. Who's going to stop them in the AFC North?
They always usually go 1-1 with half the teams.
We just had a show where we talked about the Bills got worse this offseason.
They did, but it's not like the rest of the teams in their division got much better. I mean, the Patriots got better, a little bit better, but nobody's worried about them. Stop.
Jets are a weird wild card, but they're gonna Jets it out. I mean, they're just they're the Chargers of that division.
Strength of schedule wise, like maybe we don't have the number 1 seed going into the playoffs this year, but I still like our chances.
I can agree with you.
Health and everything else provided.
Chiefs finish first.
10 years in a row.
Kyle, you want to call it?
Until that witch is dead, I think you guys still got the division, unfortunately.
Call it, Kyle.
He doesn't.
Man. All right. Well, then let's get to a little hometown love for Kyle. And honestly, one of the most exciting teams in the entire AFC, the Denver Broncos, with sophomore quarterback Bo Nix at the helm. They seem to have gotten their coaching miscues out of the way. And they are really building on that defense over there. We talked a little bit about Dre Greenlaw and his injuries. He started the preseason off injured, should be back. One of the better safeties in the league, Talanoa Funga, they brought in. Defensive end out of LSU, a guy that I really liked, Savion Jones. I think he's probably going to end up being one of the league's better defensive ends. I like the talent that he has. Kyle, take it away about your team, dude. They are exciting.
Yeah. There's been a lot said about him, honestly, to a point that I don't enjoy, like I say. And what's weird is when Sean Payton came in, I don't know if it was a Russell Wilson thing, but it was all about no talking and let's do it with our play. And then ever since then, he's done nothing but talk to the media. So, I mean, yeah, everybody's talked about the defensive additions. Like, it was a great defense already as it is. Nick Bonito playing for a contract, I think, is going to have another huge year. Like, he's basically, he went into that first preseason game, blew up 3 plays in a row, sack, almost got a fumble, and went right out. It was like, y'all know what my value is. That defense is stacked. It's all going to really hinge on the health of those free agents, because I really wanted the Broncos to address tight end and running back. Well, and we did address running back later in the draft, but I was hoping to get Hampton or Genty. J.K. Dobbins, if healthy, is awesome. Dre Greenlaw on the other side, Ofunga, awesome pickups, but we took a lot of risks. Even Evan Ingram, he's had I think 1 season he's played a full year, so there's just so much hinging on it. Well, you guys are the proven entity. That's why I say until that dragon is slayed there up in Kansas City, man. I don't know I think they probably still end up winning around 10 games, but I don't think it's going to be the huge jump ahead like a lot of people have said. I would definitely temper my expectations a little bit more just between health and.
You say it hinges on the health of these free agents that you brought in, but I honestly think if I'm a Broncos fan, most of my excitement is coming from Bo Nix and Sean Payton and that wide receiver room being together for another year. Like
For sure.
that was your inaugural year at 9-6 or whatever. You're making the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, that's not even a correct record for the NFL right now. 9 and
I think we were 10-7, maybe
10-7,
11-6, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I know. Yeah.
that being the inaugural run of the head coach that handpicked his quarterback, and now like he has another. He's developing this experience and chemistry with his wide receiver room. I think anything you can add to it should like bolster what you've got, right? But
For sure.
I do feel like the names that have been added just kind of stand out on the page.
Oh yeah, it's hard to look away from. That's why all the hypes come from, and I am excited about Bo Nix. Like it feels good. I think he's the guy, but I do think he kind of plateaued even as a rookie, and a lot of people said that. I mean, he played so much college, like he was kind of low risk, low reward, in my opinion, and that's kind of how it played out. I mean, he's definitely shown some more tendency to throw the ball down the field than I think he's gotten credit for, and he did. I mean, gosh, he threw below the sticks a ton last year. And a lot of that was his first 4 or 5 games. I mean, he was awful in the first couple games against Seattle, and then even the first game we won against the Jets. I mean, he and Rodgers both looked awful. It was just a mess of a game in the rain in New York. So I mean, it took till halfway through the season for him to really show it. And there's a whole lot of room for regression. I don't think he's going to have like a Mac Jones regression to where he's just complete trash. But I really think, I mean, last year can kind of just be the expectation. I don't know. And I
And
love him, but I don't know how much more he can
think-
grow from
correct
that.
me if I'm wrong. You guys still have that Albert O guy at tight end?
We traded him a couple years ago now. Yeah, we got Ingram is basically our only thing because they just have not, they've refused to draft. Sean Payton's got Troutman that he loves from New Orleans, and he's more just a blocking tight end. That's the problem. If we're really relying on Ingram to be our tight end threat, and we have nothing outside of that, like our receiving room is awesome for sure. Marvin Mims is going to be kind of a gadget player, I think, and it looks like Pat Bryant might be the real deal. That's why they just traded away Vele. So I think the receivers are going to be great, but in the running game again, it's
I was
kind of
gonna
the
say
same
I
thing.
want to talk about that running game because they brought in J.K. Dobbins,
Yeah,
big guy if he can stay healthy. That's the biggest downfall on him. But R.J. Harvey, I feel like he is going to be the steal of the fantasy draft for a lot of people this year.
yeah,
They're not seeing it. You don't have Javonte Williams anymore.
yeah.
He's going to get you 3
It's
yards
time.
and get hurt.
Oh my gosh.
But R.J. Harvey looks like the real deal. He's going to be very exciting for the Broncos. I see him going pretty early in a lot of drafts. That's just a tip from me. But look to pick him up if he's available
You
for you
think with
guys.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins, he's worth?
I think JK is going to be hurt so much that it
Absolutely.
will be, and he's going to be used so much in the pass game that I think as long as RJ can stay healthy, I think he'll end up being a pretty awesome back this year.
There's a
Dual
lot
threat.
of Broncos insiders that have been talking RJ up since before the preseason even started.
Yeah,
Even with J.K. Dobbins there, and they're getting their information directly from Sean Payton about. He's talked about how much he loves R.J. Harvey and how much they're excited to utilize him. We know Sean Payton can talk out of his ass quite a bit, so
Mhm.
take that for what it's worth. But they've noticed how much he's been utilized even throughout practices.
Yeah.
That it seems like RJ Harvey's going to be the
I
guy.
I think he's got like Alvin Kamara upside for sure if he can end up being what they hope he can be, which would be amazing because we haven't had explosion there in so long. I mean, so
When you
long.
don't get rid of the running back, you just
Yeah,
if he's not if you're
yeah.
not happy with what you have either.
Yeah, oh for sure. I mean, last year everyone thought Javonte Williams and Audric Estime they were good. I mean, they're both gone like that. And it's crazy. Granted, Estime was only a 5th round pick, but he didn't ever. He just wasn't anything special. He was, a bit of a bruiser, but he wasn't bruising enough to make it worth it. And then yeah, Javonte, man, he was never the same. He tore his ACL. I think it was in Dallas, and like it was his rookie year or second year. I thought he was going to be like our best running back in 20 years when we drafted him. I was really stoked on him. And yeah, he's in Dallas now. Ever since he tore up his knee, he just lost that power and explosion. So if they can get Harvey, especially moving on some of those swing routes and actually get him out of the backfield, throwing him some passes, that would be huge.
And he's
Well, I
going to be
don't think
utilized a lot this year. So
Yeah.
please
I don't
look to
think
One
draft
thing I
him.
trust Sean Payton to do is that, use those guys well.
well, and you talked about like the early struggles with Bo Nix and a lot of his passing coming before the sticks. That's also Sean Payton-esque. Like without Marquise Colson in New Orleans, how often did they really throw down the field?
It's true.
Uh,
People think of Breeze
and
as like a downfield, but he really wasn't. If you think back, yeah, for sure.
He
you
had
know,
Snake Boy Michael Thomas for years too.
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. It was always before the sticks, and that's why his passer completion was so good. And Sean Payton was able to devise plays in order to get those yards after catch with blocking downfield or whatever, just a lot of timed routes to make that work. And we saw that happen throughout last year with Bo Nix. And I think that's one of the things that people aren't talking about enough with the Broncos is the wide receiver room. The wide receiver room is going by very quietly. I've talked with Broncos fans, and Cortland Sutton was a guy who he would play 4 to 6 games and then he'd punt on the season. And how he's been able to stick around in Denver for so long, I don't know. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense on that, but he's always had immense talent. And now you get, Devon Vele, but now he's out. You get rid of Tim Patrick. And so there's clearly talent that is going unseen by national media, even by local media, I would say, from what I've been able to see on Twitter. So talk a little bit about like your wide receiver room, and then I also want to know how Marvin Mims is going to do this year. The Oklahoma boy, love that guy,
Oh yeah.
and I think it could be a breakout season for him.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Before the draft, a ton of people were talking about the Broncos needing a receiver, and people were just shocked that they didn't get one until Bryant, in the third round. But Sean Payton is definitely a guy. He likes the big physical receivers. Like last year, we had little Jordan Humphreys who kept getting played, and it just drove everyone nuts. Like he was like the Broncos catcher couldn't stand him, man. But now we kind of have more of that depth, and even Sherfield, like granted it was a preseason game, but we brought him in to be like our special teams guy. I think he was in Minnesota and somewhere else. He had a couple amazing, like highlight catches from, granted again against backups in that first preseason game, but I think that kind of made Vele a little bit more expendable too. Vele was so old, he coming from Utah. He was like 26 when we drafted him, and he was great. I mean, he was going to end up being a player for us, but I think Pat Bryant was going to serve that role, and Cortland Sutton, Pat Bryant, and him were basically the same receiver. They're the tall, stout guys, so that's what gets me excited about Mims is he's the only one that's really different from that group, I would say. Obviously, Troy Franklin, too, a lot of people are sleeping on because he was Bo Nix's teammate at Oregon. And they're good buddies. He just didn't have it figured out last year. Kind of almost Xavier Worthy at the start of the year, but Xavier Worthy, I feel like, picked it up a little bit faster because he's definitely got that speed capability. He's actually faster than Mims, but Mims I'm a little nervous about just because even last year he didn't really show much until like half of his touchdowns were I think in like 3 games, sort of a thing. So we'll see if he can be more of a consistent player. If he can just show up and kind of run those gadget plays. They're saying that Evan Ingram's going to be the Joker, that Sean Payton likes to have, but I can see that kind of going the Marvin Mims way too. So
You think he's going to run some quarterback draws like Taysom Hill did?
yeah, I think so. I can see it. Would surprise me, man.
Old ass Evan Ingram out there.
Yeah, Sean Payton likes his gadgets.
For taking third place last year, I would say you guys have even more of a difficult schedule than the Chargers, which is really surprising. I think
Annoying
really,
if I was would to be a fan.
yeah, I would say that because
Should
like
be mad.
your only competition in the division is the Chiefs, home and away. But then
Yeah.
you have away Eagles, away Houston. You also have away to the Commies, and then home against the Packers as realistically your toughest games. I would say you definitely have a more difficult schedule than the second place
Do
team.
they not play the
And
Eagles?
Yeah, we got
yes, they
Eagles
have
in Philly.
away in Philly.
It's like week 5 too. That's gonna be.
Oh, I didn't hear you say it.
This guy.
You're a guy.
Now
Thanks.
here's a guy.
How do you feel? I mean, I think we're all on the same page. Outside of the Chiefs, you guys are the cream of the crop in the division. You're going to push us and make us better. The Broncos will the Chiefs.
Dream rises to the top, yeah.
Always.
Um, I think you have a very good shot at taking the top non-division seed going into the playoffs at the 5 spot.
What
Where do
seed would
you
that be,
feel
Ty Bob?
the 5 spot?
5 spot. There
Where do
you
you
go, bud.
I've said that 3 times now. Thank you.
It's the 5
Uh,
spot.
1, 2,
where
3,
do
4.
you how do you feel about that, Kyle? Do you think that's easily attainable? Do you just wipe everybody else outside of, these tough games?
Yeah, they basically, if we start strong, I think they have a shot at the division because we start real easy. It's like Tennessee and then Indianapolis. I think the Jets are mixed in there at some point, which is a London game, which can get weird. But if they start strong, we have a chance to kind of compete down the stretch there in December, and those games with you guys will be really important. But I think yeah, like best case scenario in my head because I'm trying to keep it even toned is I think probably 5 seed. I think 10 or 11 wins again, kind of like last year.
Okay, but after getting that 5 seed, what result leaves you happy as a fan?
I would
Ooh.
genuinely would be happy if we won a playoff game. I think we'd be taking a step, and then I'd be really excited about next year and thinking we could actually be because people are putting us as Super Bowl contenders this year, and I genuinely, as my fan, I would love that, but
You're being
I still
realistic
think
about
we
it.
need, yeah, I think we need
Seems a little
another
early.
year. Yeah, exactly, way early, and we need another year to let that all patch up together and.
You need to make sure Bonix is 30 before you actually
Yeah,
start winning
exactly.
Super
He's
Bowl.
got to be fully experienced in his third year, 30 years old.
Um, gosh, I had a
Honestly, best
question
of
in
best
mind.
of luck to you guys, dude. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
of the teams in the AFC West, I don't hate them the most.
I can take that. I respect that.
We've got you guys on a Christmas Day. That's the Christmas game, right?
Yeah,
Oof.
at Arrowhead.
Somebody's gonna have their Christmas ruined.
Most likely, yes. Every single Broncos game in the last 15 years played on Christmas has been horrible. Even the year Tebow was here, we had that whole run. One game we got killed. Bills on Christmas Eve. Like anytime the Broncos play on Christmas, they ruin my day. So I just marked
A
that as an L
couple
when I heard that on the calendar.
a
So
couple years ago, I had flown back from Florida to go to a Chiefs Raiders game on Christmas, and we absolutely shit the bed. So
oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah,
That was the Raiders like talking smack to the whole stadium and everything. Yeah, I
Yep.
remember that one.
Yep.
That's right.
We made up for it last year, but yeah, that was
Yeah.
a
We got
tough
their
pill to
revenge.
swallow against the Raiders.
There's the Raiders again. That's all they do, man. They just spoil. Like they're never actually competitive. They just beat you in games. Like they just take your joy away.
Mm. Well, I've got Denver. I think we all do going second here. That's the last pick. I will take the over on 10.5 games.
Yeah, I'd take the over.
I'm going to take the over as well.
Minimum 11.
Ty Bob thinks
I
we win
think
the division, man. Ty Bob's got.
well, you're the one who said the Chiefs only win 12 games.
That's why those head-to-heads could really matter. I think that's what I think. I think that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to be within about 2 or 3 games, and the head-to-heads are going to win it.
Ooh, I just got invited to Irish Fest on Friday.
That's cool, man.
Thanks for being here with
cool.
us.
It's time. It's time. So yeah, on little weekend vacation this weekend, I had a corn dip, and it made me think a lot about corn because I saw corn the next 2 days after I had eaten it.
All right.
Didn't
And
you have corn one of those next 2 days as well, though?
Corn, huh?
Didn't you have corn one of the next 2 days as well?
No, I only had the corn dip the first night. It was a street corn dip, and I mean it was a good dip. But I thought a lot about corn. Corn's a staple. Corn and America go together like beer in America. My top 5 ways to serve corn. Number 5, ironically enough, is a corn dip, but not the street corn dip because that's cheating. Just think of your traditional Midwestern corn dip, and to make it even more corny, you eat it with a Frito scoops. But it's at some of your guys' Thanksgivings out there. Corn dip. Number 4. Let's see, what did I put down here?
Corn dip. Corn dip is good.
Corn dip is great, dude. Oh yeah, number 4 is roasted. In the husk, without the husk, it doesn't matter. Just roasted, get a nice char on it, and not just like butter and salt. Like give me a little bit of like steak seasoning or something. Like give me something,
a little bit of flavor,
a little bit more fancy than just like salt, pepper, butter. Roasted, charred, seasoned on the grill. That's number 4. Number 3, succotash.
Excuse me?
Succotash, huh?
What'd you call me?
You know what succotash is?
No clue.
We
Here's
know it, but why
succotash.
don't you explain to the listeners?
Yeah,
that don't know what
obviously,
succotash
for the
is?
ones that don't know.
Succotash is like, so it's like a warm salad. So there's bacon bits in there. If you like a kick, some people put jalapenos. You can put onion. And you like once you put like make it and put it in the fridge, like you don't have to heat it up. It tastes just as good cold, but it's like you're not dipping anything into it. It's like it just looks like a bunch of the different pieces of things mixed together, but it's usually warm and savory and good. My mother-in-law makes succotash quite a bit, and I always mow it down. Number 2, cornbread. This is really the only
upset.
sweet addition on the top 5. I'm sure there's other sweet corn things out there that are good, but cornbread, like a good moist cornbread with
A
melted
little bit of
butter
honey
over
on
it.
top.
Yeah, well, honey butter. Let's not go crazy here. Yeah, dude. Yeah,
How upset are you whenever you go somewhere and they have cornbread and it's the shitty cornbread?
it is one of those, like, it's very high risk, high reward. Like there are bad
there's some bad
cornbreads out
cornbread.
there, and it's common. Like it's sad that it's common.
Do you prefer the cornbread that has like whole kernels of corn in it, or just kind of like ground up and mixed
Listen,
in?
it literally just has to taste good, because like I don't care if there's corn kernels in it, and I can feel it when I eat it. As long as it tastes good, I will eat it.
You
has to be
obviously,
What?
this is probably a stupid question, but obviously you like the thicker cornbread, not the thin ass cornbread.
If it tastes good, bro. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Bowl of chili. A lot of people think that like you serve it with a cinnamon roll or whatever.
I mean, you do.
Never
That's a
got
Midwest
that
thing.
combination. I want chili with cornbread.
All right.
That's a better
Yeah.
combination.
You were saying
And number 1 on the top 5 here. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what's coming here. Elote. Like the Mexicans just know what the hell they're doing with corn. So
food. All
yeah.
food.
I'm kind of surprised there wasn't one other thing on there.
What is it?
Whiskey? Bourbon?
It's a big one.
That's a pretty big one.
I was thinking like food.
Foods. Okay.
Yeah. You got me there.
Okay.
I do like whiskey.
Maybe we need another top 5 corn theme.
All I know is top 5 corn really feeding into that Chiefs fan stereotype thing. You're not helping yourselves.
We're not in Nebraska.
Close enough to everyone else. I know it.
Rain makes corn.
What does corn make?
Corn makes whiskey.
What's whiskey make?
What?
Ty Bob really frisky.
Heyo. Amen. Made me hungry for corn now.
Sometimes sad and emotional.
Can be. I really want cornbread now.
Yeah, I was gonna
Hell
say.
yeah, dude.
And the nearest place that makes it to me is Cracker Barrel, and I don't go there.
It's probably
Not even
something
the
like
rebrand?
it.
Make your own, dude.
I can, but then I have to go to the store. So
You didn't see
maybe
the whole
another
entire
time.
rebrand by Cracker Barrel?
I
Yeah,
did
probably
see it.
not cornbread anymore.
Probably don't. Yeah. That rebrand's gonna last about another week, maybe.
Those stocks keep going down.
The restaurant in general, or just the rebrand?
Yes.
I don't know how they're still around, but I'll tell you what. There's one not too far from my house That thing is packed all day, every day.
Well, you
The old
What the
folks, man.
shopping?
you
people
know
at the
who's
shop.
going to the Cracker Barrel.
Of course. It ain't me, but I know who's going.
It ain't me. It ain't me.
Listen, the NFL season is right around the corner. If you haven't finished your fantasy drafts, you better get on it because it's coming up.
Got one
Starting
on Sunday night.
September 4th, we've got our season opener, the Eagles, current defending Super Bowl champs. And then after that on Friday, you've got Chiefs, Chargers in Brazil on September the 5th. And then we
Eagles
get
versus Cowboys.
Eagles Cowboys. Oh, great. And then we get kicked off Sunday, NFL Red Zone coming right at you.
Broncos
Do you
Titans.
think?
No
Do you
big
think
deal.
Jerry Jones gets the deal done for
Don't let
Micah
the rookie
shortly
Cam Ward
before
embarrass you now.
the game starts?
No. Micah Parsons sits out week 1, probably sits out 2 weeks. And then they'll either trade him or a deal will get done.
I still like the theory that he signs him the night before opening night just to take the Eagles thing because that's exactly what Jerry Jones would do. But I don't know if Micah Parsons is going to be ready for that one.
He'll be too
Terry,
Micah,
busy sleeping on
45 million a
tables.
year. Come on.
Terry
Sign.
McLaurin
I guess
getting
that's
a
true for-
contract went exactly how we predicted.
Yep. That
What do you
one
mean?
did.
He was
Is it
holding
official?
out to get the contract that he wanted, and he got paid, and he stayed in Washington.
29 a year?
That was official.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Official
Earlier
today.
today.
There was a fake one out there over the weekend.
And
You're
the
a fan.
Bengals
I
are
got
just
Sintel'd. I got Sintel'd.
the Bengals worked something with Hendrickson right before I came on here too. They're just going to pay him more this year, I guess.
Yeah, 14 extra
Go
for
fuck
this year.
yourself, San Diego.
That'll make me come back.
Well, make sure to join us back next week as we kick into gear for pregame and then postgame shows to follow after week 1. Stay tuned. Until next time, go Chiefs.
Thanks for having me.
Go Chiefs.
Broncos.